It was a sunny afternoon. She got some money and asked Uncle Adolphus in 1985, who was 16 at that time, to walk to the market. I noticed the both getting ready for the market, so I started to get ready too. She never hesitated as usual. She agreed to take me along. At 5 years old, I had the strength of a 12-year-old and the heart of a 25-year-old man. As we embarked on the trip to the market, approximately an hour away from our house, it was a beautiful day. It was a Saturday afternoon. Half of the people in the city of Gabanga was at the market. All kinds of cars, motorbikes, and other vehicles were in the streets. As we were approaching the market, at the bottom of a steep hill, looking at the market up the hill, a man across the street, my mother's coworker, yelled, "Betty, how are you?" Being people person, she yelled his name back and began to cross the street to talk with him. She instructed Uncle Adolphus and me to stay where we were until she came back. Once I saw her crossing the street, I did as many 5-year-olds would do and screamed to follow her. She told me twice to stay still with Adolphus. I paused as if I agreed. In my mind, I began to devise a plan. She crossed the street and began talking with her coworker. Her back was turned to our side of the street. Uncle Adolphus was distracted by some activity going on in the marketplace. He was holding my hand, but not firm enough. It was a perfect opportunity. I pulled my hand out of his, and in a split second, I jumped on the street attempting to cross to my mother. Suddenly, as I was running, a motorbike came speeding down the hill. The both of us collided. I felt myself rolling down the hill and into the curb like a soccer ball, and the man on the bike flew off his bike and fell hard on the road, rolling in a continuous motion. The windshield on the motorbike shattered to pieces. The flesh in the man's palms came off. His helmet came off, but his head was gracefully settled on the floor of the road before the helmet went rolling down the street. As for me, I rested flat on the street, yet sprung up in tears looking for my mother. I had a few bruises on my thighs, buttocks, and hands. About half the people in the marketplace raced to the accident scene. They surrounded me as they gazed at me like an immortal. I heard some people saying, "The little boy is really strong," because some people would have died in an accident like this. While others said, "Look at the boy. He messed up the man fine bike. What he's doing in the street anyway." They spoke colloquial as they rumbled and babbled among themselves. My mother fought her way through the crowd to find me. She was troubled in spirit. Her eyes were dreaded. Her heart began to break. As usual, when there was trouble in her mind, wandered to the worst. She started to remember a similar accident with other kids that week, and they never made it. She tried to be brave as she held onto her tears, but once she heard my voice when I called out to her, her tears began to roll down her cheeks. The crowd gave way as I ran to her. She immediately chartered a taxi and rushed me to the hospital. As we arrived at the hospital, I was seen by a doctor in the emergency room, but I was not critical. The doctor gave me few injections, a few pain tablets, and instructed my mother on how I should take them. My Auntie Sarah Johnson was assigned to my care along with the doctor because she was one of the practicing nurses at the hospital. Right after I came home that afternoon, I got back wrestling and jumping around as usual with all my siblings. They all were happy to see me. They all professed their gratitude to God that the accident didn't go wrong. This concludes part 2. Stay tuned to part 3 and please subscribe.